Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today I thought I would just sit down and do my makeup and pull products that I've been using for the last 2 to 6 weeks-ish, products that I've really grown to enjoy, but I haven't had an opportunity to share yet here on YouTube. Everything here is, I've been testing anywhere from 2 weeks to about 6. I think the product I've had the longest is the Chanel powder, and I picked this up maybe 6 weeks ago. No, 5 or 6 weeks ago. But anyhow, everything here is pretty new and you have not heard about it yet here on my channel, so I thought it'd be fun just to get ready and share with you guys. Today is the 25th of March. We have been social distancing since the 13th. This is one of the first videos that I filmed since all this has happened. Most of the videos that you guys have seen over the last week were pre-recorded before the 13th of March, before all of this. So I'm just kind of getting back into the groove and trying to find my footing here. You know, the kids are home, so it's a little harder to have a normal schedule. But anyway, let's start with this primer. So this primer is by ELEMIS. This is the Pro Collagen Insta Smooth Primer. It's a line and pore smoothing primer. I got a pretty nice size order from ELEMIS about 4 weeks ago. A lot of great, I got an eye mask. I got the SPF moisturizer. I've been using that and loving it, but I've really been enjoying this. For me, I always look for a primer that is going to smooth out texture in the skin. My pores right here are kind of what that's my biggest problem when it comes to foundation, is it settling in my pores or emphasizing my pores. So I'm always looking for a primer that will help blur that, and this one works really well. I also find it to be pretty hydrating. You just need a little bit of it. It is kind of a bit of a thicker consistency when it comes to primers, so I just use a very small amount. It smells so good. So I put that on my skin and instantly the pores just automatically blur out and are minimized. I really love it. So this is not a new product. I've been raving about this, but I've really been enjoying this a lot lately this month. It's the Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation by L'Oreal. I have talked about this in some recent videos, but when I was gathering products for this video, there wasn't a foundation that is newish that I've been loving. So we're just gonna go with an oldie but a goodie. But I like this foundation because it's very natural looking and very lightweight, which is kind of what I need right now. The first few days of this whole situation that we're in, I didn't really wear any makeup. I was kind of in a funk. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I talked about that a little bit. But I decided about 4 days ago that, you know what, makeup just kind of lifts my spirits. It makes me feel better. So I was gonna make an effort to do my makeup every day, even if I had no plans of going anywhere. And it really does lift my mood. Let me know if that's the same for you guys. Putting on makeup and getting dressed, you know, getting out of pajamas or getting out of, you know, just kind of your lounge clothes and actually putting on clothes really does lift my spirit and my mood. So I've been wearing this one a lot lately. I do have the ELEMIS SPF moisturizer on. I didn't put that on camera. I did that when I did my skincare routine. I'll leave a link to that below. I really enjoy it. It's such a great, rich daytime moisturizer with SPF. I've been using the nighttime one too, and I really like it. So I just apply a real sheer layer at first. You can see that the skin looks really natural. It's a bit more perfected than without anything, but it still looks very natural. You can still see the skin through it. Then I will come and build for a little bit more coverage in the center of the face. Okay, so let's talk positives. Some of the positives from this whole experience are we have had so much more family time than I think we ever had for 2 consecutive weeks. It also makes me realize just how busy we were, you know, like the kids had activities Monday through Thursday after school. So it's just like get home from school, have a snack, then go do activities till 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night, get home, rush to eat dinner, get the kids. It was just like this really busy schedule that we just, you know, got used to. I'm sure so many of you guys can relate to that. And so not having that has actually been kind of nice. We have had a family movie night pretty much every single night. We've been able to sit down and have dinner together every night, which it's kind of sad, but this whole experience made me realize that, wow, like I don't know if we've ever had 2 consecutive weeks of sitting down and having a family dinner together every night. You know, Paul usually would get home after dinner time. The kids would either eat before their activities or when Brooklyn got home late from activities. So it's kind of nice to have a slower pace schedule, you know? Okay, this concealer, you guys, is so good. It's the L'Oreal Full Wear, Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And I picked this up for a video. I was testing 5 drugstore concealers. And I got footage for 3 of them, and then I need to finish filming the other 2. But this is one of them, and I really like it. It's great coverage. It doesn't look heavy. It has a bit more of a hydrating consistency to it than more full coverage concealers I've tried. I have the shade 350 Bisque. So a couple things that I'm doing to kind of keep my sanity is I'm still exercising every day. I've been doing my Peloton or at-home workouts. I actually shared on Instagram a quick little 20-minute workout that I have been doing. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll have a link down to that below if you want to check that out. We've been getting outside when it's been nice weather. The first 4 or 5 days of this were kind of cloudy and rainy and gloomy, but the last few days have been really nice and sunny, and so we've been getting out. We have really great trails where we live. They're like our private neighborhood trails. They're so nice, and we have a creek, and so we've been getting out and enjoying that. Okay, perfect. Look at that. It's so nice. It's like great coverage, but not too heavy. Very, very natural. So the next product is this Chanel powder that I picked up when I was in LA in late February. It is the Healthy Glow Sheer Powder, and I have the shade, which shade do I have? La Beige? Is that the shade that I have, or is that the product name? I'm not quite sure. I will be sure to have all the info in the description box. I really like this powder. It has the slightest bit of color, but it's kind of more of a translucent powder. It's like in between a pigmented powder and a translucent powder, and it gives a very natural finish. So it's not overly matte, but it doesn't have any shimmer to it either. It just gives the skin a little bit of a soft radiance. It sets everything without making things look flat and matte, and I put it underneath my eyes too. So nice. So I picked this palette up, oh gosh, maybe a month or so ago, and I've been using it a ton, but I haven't had a chance to talk about it here on YouTube. It is the Tarte Clay Play Volume 2 Eye and Cheek Palette. And one of the things I love about it is it has pretty much everything you need for your face. It has your blush, your bronzer, highlight if you use a highlight, and then it's got, you know, a kind of variety of shades here for a great everyday basic look. So I've been using this a lot, especially the last week, because I just want something simple. I don't really want a lot of fuss, just to give myself a little bit of definition on the eyes, but keep it very simple. Something easy, you know, just something you can pick up and you don't really have to think too much about. This is that palette. The bronzer's really pretty. You can see it has a lot of color. You want to be kind of light-handed with it because it definitely has a lot of color. I would use a fluffy brush for this versus like a smaller, more dense brush, because you want something that's gonna blend it out and pick it up in a more natural application. And I like to put a little bit on the hairline. I've also been using this bronzer as eyeshadow too. So the next product might actually surprise you guys, but it's a brow pencil, and it's by M Cosmetics. And the reason I say that it might surprise you is because I rave all the time about my NYX Precision Brow Pencil, which is definitely my favorite brow pencil. But I received this in PR a while back, and I just kept it downstairs. I keep most of my makeup upstairs here in this room, but I do have kind of like my basic essentials in my bathroom. So when I get up and I just am running to the gym or something and I want to throw on a little bit of something, I have products. So this has been my brow product for downstairs, and I really like it. It's much more of a finer point and tip than the Precision Brow Pencil, but this particular shade is a good match for me, and even though it's a finer tip, I can still get a nice full brow by just kind of lightly sketching my brows in with it. I really like it. I have the shade Deep Taupe, but it's nice and creamy, and it's not, sometimes these like real microfine ones the pigment won't really pay off really well. It's like a little too hard. This one you get good pigment payoff. My brows are looking a little crazy. I was supposed to have my brows done this week, which is obviously not gonna happen. And then it does have a little spoolie on the other side, so you can kind of comb them into place. Or if you get that line too harsh, which is easy to do with a microfine pencil like this, you can take the spoolie to kind of soften it. So we officially start homeschooling tomorrow. Our spring break was last week, it ended on Friday. And then we got some communication from the school that they were gonna be sending, you know, the resources we needed for remote learning. So we got all that information the other day, and it starts tomorrow. And I have to say, I was a little concerned or a little worried about homeschooling. I've never homeschooled. I didn't, you know, I don't know. It was a little overwhelming to think about it, but we got this schedule and kind of the expectation, and it made me feel so much better. You know, they basically say depending on the grade of the child, there's a different amount of work that needs to be done each day. But for my girls who are in kinder and second grade, it was really light. It was like 20 minutes a day of math, 20 minutes a day of reading. It was about an hour of full actual work. And then they have a Zoom daily meeting with their class and their teacher. And then of course, outside playtime. And I'm kind of using this opportunity to teach other things around the house, you know, like how to do laundry or how to cook, things like that. So I think we will survive this. No, I'm kidding. We will definitely survive this. Okay, so just kind of comb those in place. So this next product is one that I discovered, I think in the last month, and I love it, you guys. It's the Maybelline Cheek Heat Cream Blush. And I want to say Courtney picked this up because we did a video that is actually going up tomorrow. And I think this is one that she picked up for me. I basically gave her a budget. I was like, you know, $50, go and, you know, shop for makeup for me, anything you want to pick. I think this is one she picked up. I can't remember if she picked it up or if I picked it up, but it is a cream blush and it's the shade Nude Burn. So I just squeeze a little bit out. That's what it looks like. It's a pretty thick consistency. And I'm going to actually use my finger to apply it on the apples of my cheek. It's a pretty foolproof cream blush in my opinion. It's very, very easy to blend out. I just apply it with my fingers and I take my foundation brush, or you can use your finger, or you can use a beauty blender or a beauty sponge. I find the foundation brush is nice because it doesn't completely sheer it out. It still allows you to get some color. Oh, it's so pretty. Isn't that pretty? It has a nice, healthy little glow to it. It doesn't have any shimmer to it, but it does have this luminosity from the texture of it. Just a really easy cream blush to work with. It gives the cheeks a very healthy, pretty glow. If you find that you can't really control the amount of product that you blend out, you can also put it underneath foundation. So if you want to apply your cream blush first, same thing with cream contour, and then apply your foundation on top of it. That's an easier way to kind of ease your way into cream blushes and cream contour. So nice. I love blush. Okay. So there are two products that I totally just skipped over that I wanted to share. One is another concealer that I also picked up for the 5 concealer video that I still owe you guys. It's the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. I love this one too. Very different than the L'Oreal. The L'Oreal offers more coverage, where this one is more of kind of a natural, radiant, hydrating finish. I love them both. Again, very, very different formulas, but I was really pleased with both of these, which you guys will see in an upcoming concealer video. And then I wanted to share this product too. I forgot to apply it here, but I've been doing it every day. It's the ELEMIS Absolute Eye Serum. It's a hydrating eye serum. And I've been using this in the mornings before I apply concealer to really just hydrate that under eye area, eliminate any dryness. Because as you guys know, when you have a lot of dryness under the eye, that's going to make your concealer accentuate, you know, fine lines and texture and all of that. This is what the serum looks like. It's a very watery serum, so it's very lightweight. It's not a heavy cream at all. And then I just rub it underneath my eyes. I give it, I don't know, a couple minutes to kind of absorb into my skin, and then I'll go straight in with my concealer. But I've really, really been enjoying this. This was part of my big ELEMIS haul that I picked up. I also got an eye mask from them, which comes in a little pot, and it's a very rich, heavier product. One thing that I'm trying to do with all this time at home is do treatments on my skin that I usually skip or don't make time for during our normal busy schedule. So those two products from ELEMIS for the eye area I've really been loving. Okay, so now that I've applied an eye primer, I'm gonna go and set underneath my eyes, and I'm gonna use this shade right here, the lightest, more matte shade. And we're gonna just apply that all underneath the eyebrow. Then I'm gonna go in with this kind of more brickish matte shade, and I'm gonna build this into the crease. These shadows have a lot of pigment, so if you want a lighter application, you definitely wanna tap off your brush before you go in and apply. Next, I'm gonna go in with this pinky champagne shimmery shade right here. It is called Stone, and I'm just gonna use like a all over brush and pack this onto the lid. It looks really pink in the palette, but when it goes on the skin, it's got a lighter, it translates a little bit lighter. You don't see so much of that pink. So I would love to know what kind of videos you guys wanna see from me during this time. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a more tapered, controlled blending brush to build up that crease a little bit more and give a little more definition. I'm using the same shade that I already used, but because I'm using a bit more of a tapered, precise brush, it's gonna translate a little bit darker. Perfect. And then last, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of that brow highlight color, and we're just gonna go back over it just to keep that brightness there. Once you go in with the crease color, sometimes it kind of muddies it a little bit, and I wanna make sure we have that brightness there. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of that crease color with a eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna just run it on my lower lash line just to give a little bit of definition. It's gonna be kind of soft and smoky since I'm using such a big brush to apply it. So pretty. All right, and then I'm gonna pop a little mascara. I'm using the Lash Sensational Mascara by Maybelline, and I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of this on my lower lashes. Okay. And then last, I'm gonna apply my lip color, and I've got two new lip products to share with you guys. One of them I've already talked about in a video, but it's the ColourPop Emily Noel collaboration. These are lip crayons, and they're called Just a Tint because that's really what they offer. They offer you like a very sheer tint of color, but I find that you can build them and get actually more color if that's what you want. This is the shade, which one is this? It's called Always Right, and this is the one I've been going to lately. I really love this formula though. I bought the set, I think there were 4 or 5 of them, and even the colors that I thought were too bold for me, like the bright red or the deeper kind of burgundy shade, actually look really good because again, it's just a tint and you can mix them together. But it's like such a nice like wash of color for those days that, you know, your makeup is on the softer side, but you still get some color. And then I'm gonna top it with this lip gloss from BUXOM. It's the shade Celeste. It is so pretty. You guys don't know if you can see it, and that's so beautiful. It is so pretty. I love this formula of BUXOM's glosses. It's been one of my favorites. The Milani Keep It Full is close though because it looks very similar and it feels very similar, but this has a scent and a tingling sensation to it that I love. This gloss is really sheer in color. It's not gonna offer a ton of color, so it's a great topper for any lipstick, but the shimmer in it is so nice and microfined that it makes the lips look super glossy and plumped up. So there's one other product that I wanted to share with you guys. I know I already did blush, but I did want to share with you guys this M Cosmetics Heaven's Glow Faded Clementine. I'm not sure if it's a blush or a bronzer, but it's this baked product. It's got some shimmer to it and it has like this apricot-y kind of honey shade to it. It is so pretty. So the color of it is buildable. It's very light. So I'm actually going to layer it on top of the blush that I have on right now. And it's just going to give a little bit of shimmer. It's probably more blush than I would typically wear, but I definitely wanted to show you both of these blushes because I've really been enjoying both of them. It's so nice. And then I'm just gonna take my foundation brush just to kind of soften it a little bit. If you ever feel like you go too heavy with the blush, this is a trick you can do. You can take your foundation brush, of course, wipe it off if you have cream blush on it like I did, and then just kind of blot it on top, and it's gonna lighten, soften, and blend out too much blush. And that wraps up this look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll have all the products listed in the description box below. I would love to get requests from you guys, what kind of content you wanna see, if you wanna leave it in the comment section. I've gotten a lot of feedback that like really educational videos rather than focusing on product specific, but focusing more on tips and techniques. Those are videos that you guys wanna see, so I am planning some of that. I talked a while back about doing kind of like a recap video of what I learned from Bobbi Brown's masterclass video. That has been on my mind, and I imagined filming it, having a model, and actually doing like a masterclass, makeup artist masterclass, similar to how she does in hers. Obviously, with everything that's going on, I can't really do that. So I was thinking of just filming it using myself and kind of sharing all the things that I picked up from that masterclass video. So if you guys think that's something you'd be interested in, let me know in the comment section below, and I would love to start filming that series for you guys. But yeah, just give me all your requests. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little lost. I don't know what I should be filming or what feels right. So I would love your feedback. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.